Hey, 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 welcome back to another episode. How is everything going for you? I am so excited to just chat. There has just been so much good stuff happening, and I really truly just believe it's a shift in my belief. I think it's a shift in my mindset, and I wanted to share it with you today. Maybe you're experiencing it, or maybe you are, wishing and hoping that you would. And so I want to talk a little bit about just the shifts I've made and what I'm doing differently to attract the abundance and to attract the things that I want, and really just to shift that belief. So, over the summer, little backstory. I lost all of my social media platforms, and not all of them, but a good vast, majority of them, right? Three-fourths of them. And I was really kind of freaking out at first, and I was really scared. But I had been asking questions that led up to that point, and I look back now and it's my own doing. And I know that's really hard to digest for some of us, but now taking a step back and then, taking the steps forward that I have since then, I realized that it was a shift in my belief that made, all of those domino effect of things occur, and it's okay. It was all for me, even though it felt like it wasn't in the beginning. I look now and it was absolutely for me. It was for those that I get to serve. It was for those that I get to teach and coach, and it's for those that I get to share my story with. Like, it's the testimony that you carry when you're faithful. And so for me, the shift was really the gratitude and shifting my attitude toward it, and really deciding um, who I wanted to surround myself with, and really deciding like who I wanted in my inner circle, and who I wanted to become in order to attract the right people. Because that is really what it's about, is, not pretending to be somebody that you're not, but being truly authentic and really learning more about myself and really finding that self-discovery. And it's nothing bad toward anybody else. It was just something that I needed to do for myself, to become the best self that I possibly can. And to really vibrate the way that I am meant to vibrate, to really do the things that the Lord placed on my heart. There was just a lot of letting go that I needed to do in my life, personally and professionally, and it was a lot of hanging on to nonsense and doubt and fears and mindsets, different perspectives around me, different mindsets that I was allowing to impact my inner world, like inside of me. And once I was able to just kind of, you know navigate in the direction I needed to go without the distractions, I noticed those distractions, eliminating them was a really big tool that I needed, that I had not been doing. And so I had to get really, really serious and intentional with my time. We all get 24 hours in a day. Time is infinite. Like, it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. Even if you hit the pause button, it doesn't pause. And so I really wanted to really think about, like, what do I do in my daily life that I could shift? Like, what would my future self do? Like, how would she behave? How would she act? How would she respond to things? What would she look like? What would she dress like? Like, who would she surround herself with? How would she talk? How would she speak? Like, I really started honing into those little qualities about her. And I think that as I started doing that, I really started loving her more, and started giving her more unconditional love, but also started putting up really healthy boundaries in place, and started deciding, like, does what I'm doing feel good? And I think so many people turn off their feelings, and I've been told by so many people to just shut off my feelings and just keep on going. And and I think that's just the opposite of what we need to do. Feelings are so important. They're one of our highest faculties that God has given us. And so many people think that, you know, we're supposed to do things because, the Lord tells us to do hard things. But the truth is everything is easy and effortlessly and joyfully. And we should be looking at like that. Like, we're born in joy, we're born in unconditional love. And why aren't we behaving like that at all times? Why aren't we acting like that behavior that we came from? Like, those are the qualities that people tell us to try to ignore, because can be seem so overwhelming, right? What I've learned is that when you're able to learn to manage those and you're able to self reflect and look back, those are actually really powerful tools and powerful faculties that God has given us. Each one of us individually has that. And we're so used to society telling us to shut it off and to not feel. And it's just the opposite, is the complete opposite. And so as I'm learning to feel the emotions that come to me, I ask my inner self or my inner child, like, why do you feel this way? Is there something that makes you feel this way? And it usually gets to the root of things. When I'm asking those kinds of questions and they're more deeper, intuitive questions, it usually gets to the root of why I'm feeling that way. And normally it's just something that happened in my past that triggered those feelings of unsettling, like of doubt or of fear. And when I address them as the person I am today, I just remind myself that I'm in a place of harmony today, and my future self would let those things go. She would lay those at the cross and she would give them to Jesus to heal her, and she would just move forward. And so for me, like, that's how I see so many things now, so many situations. I ask, is this in my control? Is this something that I physically and emotionally and spiritually have control over? And if it's not, then it's for him to just take. And I truly just love that I get to do that today, because there was a time when I would stress and worry myself sick. And then I would just be no good to anybody, not even myself, right? And so just being able to lay that at the cross has just been such a phenomenal blessing, and has just been so good, because since I don't focus on the stuff that brings me down and focus on the stuff that raises my energy, makes me excited, makes me happy, brings me joy, makes me laugh, right? It's just a shift in your energy, and now I have all these things and these ideas that are just popping up in my head, and I have 2 more book ideas that I'm working on. Like, I just have so much stuff popping up in my head. I have been working on content for my team and for my business and their businesses. I have just been like, just it's like a complete rebirth, and it just feels good. And so I'm here to tell you, if you're feeling like you're stagnant, if you're feeling like things just aren't going the way that you wish that they could go, or you're feeling like, man, I feel like I'm depressed because like I'm missing my loved ones, or like you don't have family. Maybe they've passed on, or maybe they're just not nearby, and you're like letting that get you down, or you don't have the money for gifts or for presents or for this and that. I want you to just sit and self-reflect about how your year is gone. What have your thoughts been throughout the days, the weeks, the months, leading up to now? Like, have you had a good, healthy mindset? Have you been like hoping for the best? Have you been like staying positive? Like, what is the words that have been, the consistent words that have been coming out of your mouth, or the thoughts that you've consistently been thinking? And if they aren't so great, don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, love yourself and give yourself grace, and then start working on doing this shifting that you need. And it starts with little small habits. Choose one thing you want to work on, and it needs to be your thoughts and your words need to be the first thing you work on. You work on the things that you're thinking, and the words that you're speaking out loud, and the words that you're thinking, and like those things that are coming in your head. You work on those, and everything else is just going to naturally begin to work on itself, because those are the really powerful, and we can't really fix anything else until we start fixing the things we speak and how we say them and what we're feeling, and the thoughts that come with those feelings. And so it starts with no stinking thinking. And I usually start this around March, but I'm starting it in December, and it's literally a daily tool I use. And what it means is, for every negative or not so positive thing that you're saying, shift it to like 3 to 5 things that you can say out loud that will shift that perspective. It gets you in the habit of changing your verbiage and changing your thoughts and rewiring your brain. When I started doing this 5 years ago, actually, yesterday is my 5 year anniversary. And when I started doing this 5 years ago, I did not realize what a shift it made until like a few months after I had actually been doing it. People started noticing it around me. I started talking to people and speaking to people differently. I started listening more. I started being more in tune to things. My intuition started picking up more. Like, I started just harmonizing and feeling so damn good. And so, what are your thoughts and what are you thinking? And it really does start with there. And you don't want to over like overthink it. Like we overthink everything, right? Just when you catch yourself doing it, just repeat, something like an affirmation. If you catch yourself saying something like, I'm always forgetful, then when you catch yourself saying that, I'm so forgetful or I'm so dumb or something like that, you're going to say, I am so grateful that I am just such a beautiful soul. Like I have the best memory ever. I am so beautiful and I love myself. Like these are things that you could be saying to yourself that will help change and shift that self-image that you have deep down in the roots that's actually creating those negative, not so healthy thoughts. And so this is the biggest shift that I've made in my entire being as a 45-year-old human. And so I'm telling you, it truly does work. One of my books is actually going to talk about getting to the root of a lot of things. And so I'm just so excited to get started on that and to help you and guide you through that. And then I'm going to write something for the little kiddos. And I'm just really excited about that project too. So many great things are in the works. My business is literally being rebirthed as we speak. And I'm just really super excited about that. There has just been so much transition in my life and so many good things happening that I know there's just so much more coming. And I'm just super, super excited to share them with you guys. Stay tuned, like literally so much fire. I hope you all are literally enjoying the holidays and you have so many reasons to smile and be blessed. Talk to you guys soon.